Sean did not forget to record this time.
What do you mean? This is the first time.
Wow. All right. 3, 2, 1. Sean
Sean
here.
here. He's 36 with kids. I'm 24 with no kids.
Well, he has cats.
Yep.
Definitely the same thing, right? Definitely.
Absolutely. For sure. Yeah. We're just kind of two guys who know a little about a lot.
But we know a thing or two about age gaps, and we definitely are good with unfiltered opinions. It's what we do all day. So we thought we'd share our unfiltered opinions with you.
Yeah. And really just, being over a decade apart in age, we have very different perspectives on the world. So join us in these 20 minutes as we give you our unfiltered opinions about things that probably matter.
That's right. 20 minutes. We are only doing 20 minutes, and that's it. Cuts off 20 minutes. So let's get to it.
We're finally doing it after what, like a few months of prep, you think? Planning?
We've been working on this for way too long. Cancellations, snowstorms, sicknesses,
Reshoots.
possible redos.
Maybe. Who knows?
We're here. We're kind of live after editing.
Yeah. And I'll bet there will be a lot of things that we gotta work on down the line, next few episodes, who knows. But and actually I had my my fiance help me out when I was setting up this whole podcast, getting the lighting ready, getting the camera ready. Here's how that went.
Sean and Shawn podcast. Take one.
Sean squared.
Okay. Sean squared. Take one.
Sean squared episode.
Oh my gosh. Sean squared episode 1.
Yeah.
So first of all, I want to know what your reaction was, because you sat there so stoic the whole time. I want to know what you were thinking, so I'm putting you on blast.
I was just making sure everything was set up right. No, I thought she did a fantastic job, really. I don't know why I wanted it so perfect. Just this is the first time ever using the clappers. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it right.
It's because we're filmmakers, we're artists. Like, you probably should just grab your microphone, sit down and record, but we appreciate a good image. I think you guys did a good job. Your background looks pretty sick.
Thank you.
And
yours as well.
I'm a fan. So looked like a fun moment. Looked like you guys had a good time doing it as well.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great time. But again, there will be, a lot. There's some work to do. But Sean, you want to let the people know, who we are, how we met, and why we got this whole thing started in the first place?
Yes. So this podcast that you're watching is a happy accident. Sean and I worked together for another corporation, a media team, and we were actually setting up a podcast for another client, and we were just doing test runs, and there was no one else in the room, and we just sat down on the chairs, and we just kind of started rambling some funny stuff. And I think after it was over, we looked at each other and we're like, I think there's something here, right?
That's right.
We want to show you the clip, actually. I know you hate it, but can we pull it up? What is the country that you fear going to the most on the race because of the difficulty?
Iraq.
They don't go to Iraq.
Afghanistan.
They don't go to Afghanistan.
Iran,
not that they wouldn't,
Russia,
but
Ukraine.
We can't.
How about Russia or Ukraine?
Probably not right now. I'm trying to be serious here.
Not my brightest
not
moment.
necessarily like a PC moment or anything, but like it was just a funny moment because we both have this like weird fear and desire to go on the amazing race, and that sparked this idea, and we've been talking about it and pursuing it ever since. And how many people could work together that long and not kill each other? So we've done podcasts, we sit next to each other, we've painted walls. So now we're doing a podcast. I'm happy to be doing it with you, my friend.
Yeah, I guess I can say the same. Like you mentioned, we haven't killed each other yet. There's a lot of fun banter at the desks, if you will.
Yeah. He's quite a character, and distracts me. I have this really deep focus, and he is always bothering me.
I could say the same
Everybody who's
thing.
ever met me knows that's not true at all.
Yeah, mostly serious, but I actually kind of have you on one of the office pranks where about 2 p.m. every day, I just see his hand just reach over to my desk and he's like, gum, please.
This is true. He's trained me and he took it from the office and I didn't realize that when it was happening. So he Dwighted me. He's got me reaching for gum at the same time every day and I'm like, I thought it was just a generous gift, but no. Your journey has been much shorter than mine. It's been different than mine, but I'm sure it started with some oddball jobs because you seem like the type of person who's worked for
Oh,
quite a while,
oh
like
man.
as a young person. So why don't you tell me about some of the oddball jobs that you've had to do on the way to this career that you currently have?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try to keep it as short as possible because it's a long list, you know. Second I turned 16, I started working right away. I was a daycare worker and then a golf cart boy, a waiter at AMC, which was a very cool experience. Very odd one, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that one.
Dude, yeah, free movies, it was awesome. But other than that, like a college like newspaper writer, a DoorDash driver because of the pandemic. The one that stands out to me of like being one that's just memorable is like a car wash attendant. I did it with my neighbors. They owned it, a little mom and pop car wash pretty much, and it was just cool being a car wash attendant. You know, you're the one that's bringing in the cars and spraying them down. But no, it's crazy experiences there. We've had floods, we've had angry customers, stolen towels, you name it. We've had it all.
Stolen towels. Is that a thing?
But we put up a little towel station where they can wipe down their interior and they would just, you know, take those away. I'm surprised the car didn't leave too.
You've had quite the gamut though, because you've had a lot of service,
Yeah, absolutely.
a lot of service jobs, which you're a very humble human being. And let that be one of the few nice things that I say towards you.
Yeah, thanks. I'll take anything I get.
Um, but now you're like we're a professional writer and becoming quite the filmmaker in your job and on the side. And so you have this, you kind of did your time in service and now you have a really quite blossoming career. It's really fun to watch,
Yeah,
honestly. And I see a lot of where I was 10 years ago, which is ridiculous to
10
say.
plus. Yeah.
10 plus, actually. But it's super fun because we also just really connect in the present. So think about it. When I was your age doing what you're doing, how
Mm.
old were you?
12 years apart,
Yeah.
so I would be
Yeah. So when I
that
was
put me
22, I was hustling pretty hard. Let's just do,
that put me at 12 years old. What, middle school?
man,
So when I was 12 years old, what were you doing? What was your hustle when you were 22? And so forth up until now.
my first job was when I was 15 only because my mom worked there. I worked in a nursing home kitchen and I washed dishes. And then I eventually served the residents, which I thought was terrifying, but it actually became a really good experience for a 16-year-old to just really interact with these folks. And they taught me a lot and they loved me. I was this long-haired skater kid. I did not belong there
Oh,
at all. Um, and then a few years later, I started working for Target, and that's how I moved to Kansas City. Was I transferred from Target to Target, and then had a few like desk jobs, and that didn't go very well. I spent most of my time in a restaurant at Jose Peppers, and then I started building my side hustle, and eventually became my video business and my wedding business, and it turned into doing over 1,000 projects, freelance videography business for about the last 10 years, honestly. So it's been quite the journey, a lot of clawing to get there, but just like you, just working, man, learning lessons along the way.
yeah. Oh, that's nice. And I didn't talk about like the little filmmaking background I've had so far. Clearly not as extensive as yours, but yeah, no, started our job that we worked together as a copywriter based off my college experience, and then just my side hustle, just my side gigs of filmmaking got me into flipping over roles at our company into where we are now as, you know, videographers, video editors. It's a great time.
It is a great time. It is a much different time though. Even yourself, you had to put out a ton of resumes to land your job, right?
Oh my God, yeah, it took so long. It's so funny. We were graduating. We were sitting there graduating, and my three closest buddies were sitting next to me, and then there's a speaker that's like, It's awesome. 97% of you have jobs ready to go when you're out of college. And the two of us looked at each other, or the three of us looked at each other, we're like, wow, we are the 3% that don't have jobs. But yeah, I spent second after graduation, I spent the next 3, 4 months just trying to apply whenever, wherever I could.
Well, and now you're probably one of the 3% that's actually starting a side hustle and starting a podcast, and you're still hanging out with the 3%. So I don't know if that's good for you or not, but we hope you enjoy this podcast. And we're here to just tell you what we think. Oh, we didn't say this in the beginning, but we know a lot about a little and a little about a lot. So if you came here to learn, you'll learn a little about something every once in a while.
Hopefully.
So yeah,
That's the goal. Hopefully
right.
something.
So hopefully you'll take something away.
Pop culture, I always kind of reference, with our filmmaking background, I always reference movies a lot. Watch a lot of movies. So I don't know if you had any examples of notable, famous, iconic duos that maybe have various age difference between the two. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, I do. I don't know how iconic it is because it's fairly new, but The Last of Us with I can never get their names right.
Pedro Pascal.
Love him. Also love the Corona commercial. Epic. Um, and I did see Gladiator. Go see Gladiator too. But their age gap is quite large.
Yeah.
But they both become these epic heroes, and they have this journey along the way. And I think he's kind of battling with the fact that she could literally be his daughter, but she becomes more than that. She literally becomes like his sidekick. And they just have this epic journey. But again, that's nothing super iconic because it's fairly new. But I highly recommend watching that.
Yeah. No, I mean that reminds me of like True Grit when you say that. Jeff Bridges and a young like Haley Steinfeld. Like that's more
Yeah.
probably grandpa to granddaughter age, but still just like two successful actors. But again, in the movie, it's like they kind of become their own hero in a way. I think we can relate a little more to like the Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling and, and Russell Crowe. You being probably Russell Crowe, me Ryan Gosling, I guess.
Man, but everybody wants to be Ryan Gosling.
I
He
know, I
is,
do. I dressed up
he
as
is.
him in Nice Guys for Halloween once.
Okay. Okay. I actually worked with a guy who looked just like Jeff Bridges from The Dude. And he came
Oh,
in for Halloween in a robe.
that's awesome.
And so speaking of Jeff Bridges, shout out to Travis. That was a funny moment in my life, and I still think about it. But, think about this, age gaps. I was born in 1988.
Damn. Sorry.
That means I'm a 90s kid, but I was born in the 80s, so I can be like, yeah, I've seen how many decades now, even though it doesn't really count. But I think one time you asked me, what's your favorite like 80s movie? And I was like, none of them, man. Like they all have this weird cringe to it that like
Yeah.
Stranger Things tries to reproduce
Yeah.
with that sound, but
Oh,
like
the synth.
the
Absolutely.
synth, but modern day synth is coming back and it's really cool now, but it's not the same like I don't know, like dial up noise. You know what I mean? Like you'll never get that sound out of your head.
Yeah.
Have you even ever used dial up?
I've used a home phone.
What? Bro, when I
Uh-oh.
was in fifth grade, we had
Wasn't born.
phones that weren't even cordless, right? On a house, but we would get the super long cords and like walk around our like entire house with this phone. And that's how I talked to my friends in like fifth and sixth grade.
Yeah, I remember those in movies.
It was real life. It was
Wow.
real life.
Damn, so
So,
born 1988. So I kind of want to bring this back to filmmaking movies. What do you think was the highest grossing movie of 1988? And I want you to guess mine as well. Well, first gotta guess my year, but we'll come back to that. 1988.
yeah,
Which
you were
movie?
born in 2007, so
Not quite.
I have no idea what the highest grossing movie in I don't even begin to know.
Okay, I'm gonna tell
Um,
you some of the ones that beat.
Breakfast Club?
No, I think it's a little before that. Some of the ones this beat is like Die Hard and Big and Good Morning Vietnam. R.I.P. Robin Williams.
That's an 88.
That's 88. Highest.
Die
These are
Hard?
Die Hard.
You know,
Christmas
I've
movie.
never seen Die Hard, and my wife looks at me like I'm crazy, but I just
Whoa.
refuse to watch it because it's a Christmas movie, and I'm just like, meh.
Oh, so you
Um,
can't be in the argument of if it's a Christmas movie or not if you haven't seen it.
I'm not in the argument. I don't even want to be in the argument. That's the point.
Well, you're
But
not
I've
gonna.
never seen.
Okay, never mind. All right. Anyway, 1988. This beat out again some of the greats I just mentioned, and also like Coming to America. But it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Have you seen that one?
I have seen that. That was the highest grossing movie.
Of 1988.
That's what's wrong with me. That movie is weird. We should rewatch that. I don't know if I'd even let my kids watch that movie. It's a little weird, is it not?
It is. Was that before? This could be dating myself being younger, but when did PG-13 become a thing? Like, was that a PG
Just
movie that was like should have been PG-13 or R even?
I would think so because of some of the seductive nature, but the rating system was around well before that. I just do feel like PG-13 was very loose through the 80s, like, nudity and violence and all that. There was a really fine line between R and PG-13. And I think it really got
Yeah.
strict towards the end of the 90s,
Yeah.
for real.
So July 1st, 1984 is when PG-13 became a thing. So it was either like PG or it was you can't watch it as a
But go
kid.
watch some of those movies. They're not PG-13. Like they're like straight up, they would not pass that bar today. What about you? So 2001, right?
Closer than 2007. It's
2000?
it is 2000.
That makes it easy to remember how old you are, right?
Yeah, whatever the year is, it's pretty much my birthday or my age. 2000. It beat out some really good ones. Scary movie.
That's not a good movie, but yes,
It's a
it's
okay.
iconic, but yes.
Okay, it beat out
Uh,
Gladiator, which we did just talk about. Gladiator 2.
that
Beat out the
I don't
first
even
one.
know.
Mission Impossible 2, and then the top one before this is Castaway.
I kind of get Gladiator, but it beat out Castaway. I don't even, what could it possibly be?
It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Jim
Wow.
Carrey's.
Well, okay, it's a great movie, and you get the kids involved. I mean, that's a whole family movie, so I guess I get it, but that's surprising to be honest with you that it beat out Castaway and Gladiator. So, how do you
Yeah.
feel about that?
It ages so well. Like it doesn't seem even that old. Again, Jim
No.
Carrey's and so much makeup, so you can't tell like how old he actually looks, but just like the set design and all that. Again, it's a Dr. Seuss adaptation, but still like it's crazy. It doesn't age. It's awesome.
Well, they're bringing it back, and that's why Wicked is going to do so well. I just recently learned that they built every aspect of the set. I think he said like a tiny percent of CGI. And so I gained a whole nother level of respect for Wicked because some of my favorite movies like Troy and then the series Game of Thrones, they built these huge epic sets. And that's why they're just like stand the test of time, I think. Sean, I want to wrap this session up with a movie recommendation from the 2000s.
Okay.
It's an awesome movie, and I really recommend everybody should watch this movie, but don't watch the trailer because I was invited to watch this movie by a family member, and I was like, sure, whatever. And I was completely immersed in the movie, and I had no idea kind of what was going on the whole time. I went and watched the trailer later, and I'm like, the trailer gives the whole movie away, like legitimately gives the entire movie away. The Island with Ewan McGregor. You need to watch The Island.
With who?
And I would,
Ewan McGregor?
that's how they say it. Ewan
Ewan
McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
It's actually Ewan. Look it up.
I'm team Ewan. In the comments below, Ewan or whatever Sean just
Ewan.
said.
He is legendary. But I would love to hear your opinion on this movie.
Yeah, okay. All right. Next time around, I'll let you know my opinion on it. We'll review it. How about that?
Let's do that. I want to hear, because you're a pretty stickler on movies. With that, thanks for watching Sean Squared and our unfiltered opinions. We'll see you next time.
Did it. All right.
Did it.
Did you hear that?
Recording in progress.